Hello and welcome to Women Engage Season 5. I'm your host, Rose Misati. In this program, we bring different women of various ages from all walks of life to talk about real issues affecting real women living in the 21st century. If you're watching us for the first time, be sure to go back to our social media platforms and watch our previous episodes. Today, I'm accompanied by 4 ladies, and we are going to talk about a topic that is so present and so real. And that's the topic on the impact of digital technology on women empowerment. Impact of digital technology on women empowerment. Before we delve into the topic, I'm going to ask our dear ladies to introduce themselves and tell us what is their favorite social media platform. I'm going to begin with the lady in purple right there.
Hi everyone, my name is Efi Joanna Tieno. My favorite digital social media platform, I think that's Twitter. Everyone who knows me follows me on Twitter and I'm always noisy there. It's one platform to just share your thoughts, the wildest of them, and no one judges, and there's no, how do I say it? Yeah, it's always a free space, and there are always spaces where you can have conversations with other groups of people. Yeah, sober conversations and not just posting pictures. So yeah, I think that's one thing I like. So it's Twitter.
Who is Effie? When you talk about Twitter, I'm thinking of, who are you? What do you do?
I am a lawyer by profession. I am a podcaster, a public speaker, and a writer. So,
Makes sense. Makes sense. Great. Next.
Thank you very much. My name is Judy Nyakawa. My favorite social media platform is Twitter as well. I think the conversations there are very sober. And you can get
I'm missing out.
Good information. And of course, when you try to bring jokes, they tell you, up see your Facebook. Please.
Yes.
fall back to your Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Great.
I'm a mother of 3 and a married woman.
Okay. Okay. My name is Viola Nyaboke Nyambane. I'm a student of law. And my favorite platform, unlike Effie and Mami, it's Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok. Yes. We always say if you didn't snap it, it didn't happen.
Wow.
Yes. So I love traveling. I love traveling and meeting new people. So it's a nice opportunity to meet you all. I love Snapchat because I believe we don't leave a lot of digital footprints on Snap, because if someone saves your Snap, you're going to be notified. If someone does anything, it always notifies you, and it disappears after 24 hours. That's why I love Snapchat. And Instagram is just a big album of photos. We no longer have the big albums at home, so it's easier
Probably do.
Okay. But it's easier if I have a friend in Korea. I'll be like, you can go and look at my Instagram. In 2018, I traveled to Mombasa, and that's Mombasa. So you won't have to wonder where is Mombasa, and I won't have to carry pictures of Mombasa with me if I travel. Yeah, that's why I love those platforms.
Snapchat. Okay. Yeah, as you heard, my name is Rose Misati, a mother of 4. I'm the odd one out. My favorite social media platform is Facebook. I love jokes. I love memes. And my boys think I'm very old. They say this is for old people. That's fine. I accept. And WhatsApp. Those are my favorites. Yeah, great. So now I would like to ask Effie, how has digital technology evolved over time? Because I'm hearing now if you didn't snap it, it
didn't happen.
I don't know how Snapchat operates. Anyway, so tell us, how has it evolved?
So digital technology, we can trace back to history from the 1940s and 1950s. And its evolution has been very rapid, but rapid yet gradual. So in terms of things advance and change very fast, but they come in phases. So of course we had World Wide Web. We had now the internet that we use for everything being introduced. And then we had things like Google, we had things like Edge, things like Mozilla coming in as search engines to just help you search for information. So of course, initially it was just finding information. Then we moved to, okay, how can we now condense this information and make it easier to find? And so we made, of course, digital footprint, and we have social media pages that came up, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, to go. I was not in that era, by the way, but it was there. WeChat, there are so many of them. So just creating the digital footprint. And right now, the hot thing is artificial intelligence. So now we have, how can we condense all that information?
Siri? Is Siri artificial intelligence?
Okay, Siri is sort of Siri.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it's sort of. And now we have ChatGPT, ChatGPT-4, and
Too fast,
ChatGPT Oh, you need
evolution is real.
You need to consider, because your children might be stealing exams.
Yeah.
So it's essentially how you can Google something, and you have different, let's say 10 articles. Now ChatGPT condenses it into one article and summarizes everything for you.
Well, okay.
So, you know, we have evolved from the place where it was just a search engine, and it has become a way of life. I can see all of us have mobile phones. So we have moved to that era of just in an effort to try and simplify things, and that's where we are in the digital age right now.
Oh, yeah. And isn't it nice that, you know, we are moving into the era of simplifying things? Viola, what's the role of digital technology in women empowerment?
Oh, wow, that's a wonderful question, because digital technology has SN staff as FSAs, and over time women have been fighting for different things, and that's when you hear the word women empowerment. If you're a lawyer like Effie and I, you'll just be like, feminism, here we go again. So in a society where everyone has a smartphone, everyone can communicate with another one, it has lessened ways of fighting for women's rights, and also it has opened new economical ways where women can access employment without them moving. You know, when you talk about a woman, you see a mother, a sister, and most of the times it's just a mom, because the mother will have to sit home, take care of the children, and also work to have an earning, because we are no longer in an era where we just have that condensed family, father, mother, and children. We also have families with mothers and children. So mom has to also be the breadwinner, and also at the same time take care of the children. So digitalization has SN for a woman to work at home and also take care of the house. Yes.
You know, you say that's really powerful. Like this morning, I worked before I came here. I woke up at 4 a.m. because I had sessions that I was doing. I had coaching sessions I was doing, different time zones. So for them, it was during the day or something. So I had one session, 4:30 to 5:30. I had another one, 5:30 to 6:30. So I did 2 sessions. And why am I raising that? I was doing it in my living room while monitoring breakfast being prepared. So breakfast is prepared. The child is woken up. He's having breakfast. I can see him at a distance. I'm doing my session. By the time I completed, prayed with him, gave him a hug, he went to school, I prepared and I came here. You see? And I was still aware, I'm hearing, you know, they're blending the smoothie, they're cooking the food. So, and that's powerful, because we talk about empowerment, we cannot talk about empowerment without financial resources.
Yes.
Power follows money.
Yes.
Where there is money, there is power.
Yes.
So women have been empowered to do this.
Yes.
Now that sounds really good. I'm just wondering, challenges, Judy. What challenges do women encounter in accessing digital technology? Or do they encounter challenges at all?
They do. They do. In fact, part of it is the costs of the gadgets. I don't think these things are cheap.
No, they don't come
Especially
cheap.
if you call it smart. It really is. It's really smart even in your pocket. Issues of connectivity, the internet, the areas where you just don't get connected at all. But even with those challenges, I still want to follow her conversation on the fact that it has helped make things easy for women. I remember I was at the airport trying to make a connection, and the usual KQ and the delays. I managed to do a meeting for nearly 2 hours during my layover. You understand? if I had to be physically in a meeting, it would not have happened. So the era of apologies, I can't attend a board meeting, I can't attend it's no longer there. So with those challenges also have come very good things. Like I remember my cousin Ray coming to my house and said, Mama Bill, have you heard about ChatGPT? I said, what is that? He said, Hiya, you have not heard. And so he took me through. And sitting on my dining table, we did a menu for 50 guests. So he just kept on giving it instructions. Do this and do this. A vegetarian meal for 50 people. Some of them are diabetic. Some of them have hypertension. And I'm thinking, wow, when did we get here? So despite the challenges of tech, one of the other challenges I would like to talk about is the issue of stereotyping. You know, sometimes you get onto these famous platforms, maybe Facebook, maybe the Instagram, and people can really troll you, and your life can change. You can trend for days on end.
Yeah, you can.
And nobody tells you. You just discover, what have you done? Before when you read the thing in the papers, already the social media have taken you down the drain.
Oh, they have yeah.
So those are challenges that you face. And sometimes you're dealing with, actually all the time you're dealing with faceless people. So you don't even know who it is that is talking about this. You can't even trace the beginning of the conversation. That's where we are. So again, even despite the fact that we are saying it doesn't leave the footprint, I still think that we have to be careful what we put in there. Because now as employers, we are getting in there to say, so what does this girl do when she's not working? Then you discover you're one of those people who just post weird photos, things that don't make sense, and you're thinking, do I want this person in my company? I don't think so. So these things can also come back and follow you
They can
later.
actually, like the young generation, I'm not stigmatizing you, but I keep on telling my children all the time. I say, whatever you post, please, because I've sat in interview panels. We have interviewed a girl, and we are asking her, so you completed college last year, June. This is February. What have you been doing for 8 months? She says nothing. She says nothing. And then I remember one of the panelists said, you've been watching Niger movies. You know, at that point, he said Nigerian movies, the Nollywood. You know, that was just a prototype, he said. But then we were saying, I can't imagine you have just come from college. 8 months, you're doing nothing. Of course, when she's saying she's doing nothing, she must have been very active on social media. What's the next thing? You want to check her on social media because you are doing nothing. But on social media, what were you doing? So it's important the way, you know, it follows you, you know, wherever you are. And when you talk about the cost of the gadgets, I was somewhere in a village somewhere, and I noticed that where we had couples, the man had a smartphone and the woman had the kabambe, what can we call it? You know, the kabambe phone, but the man had a smartphone. So the cost of these gadgets, and of course if there's money, a family, they were buying a gadget, you know, we will buy the smart one. So definitely that's a challenge. Would you like, Effie, would you like to speak into it? Any challenges?
Yes. So I think I've also experienced the same. I've gone for an interview and I got the job. But then later when I sat at the reception desk, I found that they were Googling me. Literally a Google search, because if you do a Google search, it will bring everything I've done, all my social media pages. So of course it exposes you to a lot of risk. And also one challenge it has come with is for mothers, especially if you have kids, it becomes very difficult to control what the kids do. Very difficult. I have a teenage sister and sometimes she's always on her phone. Always on her phone, and you're not sure what she's doing, and it's very difficult to be able to control what, you know, when it's just a TV those days, my mom could simply come, take the remote and change the channel. It's as simple as that. But now you can't be fully in control. In as much as you're present there, working from home, once they have those gadgets, it becomes very difficult to be able to regulate what they do with them. So it calls for a lot of attention from you as a parent, which sometimes might be difficult because they also have ways of hiding. You can simply clear your search history.
That's the clearing of search history, and we are not able to keep track to it. And when you talked about children and even the people we associate with, I'm thinking of one time someone telling us that there's a way the royal family behaves. So when you're born into royalty, you're told in this family there are things you can't afford to do.
Exactly.
Personally, I lead a fairly public life. So wherever I go, you know, the places I'm going, because pictures are going to be trending, I'm very careful. There are places people go for entertainment, I cannot go. There are photos that people will take with someone, I will not take with that person. And I've told my children that because I lead a fairly public life, whatever you post about me will impact the work that I do. So please be very careful.
But again, we must manage our appetite. Because sometimes I also see people of my age spending so much time on Facebook with photos and stuff, and I'm asking myself, 10 years from now, do I want people to be looking at my friend and saying, look at her, how she was posting and she's having breakfast? What's so important about having breakfast? Why would your breakfast be people's conversation?
Which is an ordinary thing.
We actually look very weird. You know? That I'm eating boiled maize, for example. Why would boiled maize be a conversation topic?
You know, I've always wondered, and I've always thought maybe I'm the one who is not getting it, because I've seen now what parents are doing. You know, they're sharenting. Parents are now sharenting. Sharenting is, there's a word like that. You can Google. It's parenting on social media. Imagine somebody takes a picture of the child. Oh, my child, cute, eating spinach. We are meant to be eating spinach. Why are you telling us your child is eating spinach?
Exactly.
So I keep thinking that we are going to have trouble, the generation coming, because children are made to perform. So that they can conform and they can give credit to parents. Showbiz, exactly. Let's talk about feminism. Viola, how has technology affected feminism? Would you want to define your feminism first?
Before we even go to feminism, I'd like to summarize what you have said. The other way we used to be told technology will make the world a global village. I think it has indeed taken the village out of the world. In that now, as much as it is making, it is making it smaller, it has made the village we used to have to no longer exist. So now, because all of us have phones and we're in the same house and we want to pray, you can pray anywhere. You go to your room, I'll be in my room, let's go on to Zoom. So the technology has removed our village and given us its own village. So it has,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes. So on to feminism. Feminism is just advocating for the rights and the empowerment of women. As much as we look at feminism and say that when we are talking about feminism, we only want to impact women positively, but also feminism advocates for any right that has been taken from women. We talked about increased, like I'll take a picture of myself, place it on Instagram, wait for likes.
Likes, that one.
And what happens? Apart from Instagram, I'll talk about Twitter and Effie. When we were doing Love is a Verb, we posted as a youth group in my church on Twitter that, hey, love is a verb, and we put a long scripture. Guess who liked the tweet? Who retweeted? Who did? An LGBTQI movement. Maybe I don't stand with them, or maybe it speaks away from my morals. What then happens? How am I supposed to respond on such? As a woman, if I support this, what will happen? If I don't support this, then what happens? Because as much as technology impacts me and gives me the power, which we said power is money, and also power is knowledge. And there is a famous quote that says, power is good, but excessive power is not good.
Exactly.
So other than the increased pressure to always post and all that, there's trolling and cyber violence, which can go on from trolling, from someone telling you that harassment, stalkings, and other mental health issues. No, sometimes you'll go, or we have doctors online. Maybe I go and share a symptom, and then the doctor, instead of giving me the right medication, they tell me, in fact, you should go to Madare or start using this kind of drugs. Further, I will give a live example. Last night, we have a mooting group for KU.
Please explain mooting.
Mooting is... it's a fake code.
Simulation.
Yes, a simulation. Yes, so we have a group where all of us who love mooting are in one WhatsApp group. So even those who have completed, they're still there. We mentor each other. We give opportunities to everyone. Then last night we woke up and it has been changed to Forex trading account. We are all shocked. Like, what happened?
Scammed.
How is it that we know computers can be hacked, Now WhatsApp is also hacked. Our
Yeah.
K-Moon WhatsApp group was also hacked. So you can imagine if you're a woman and you've been posting your pictures online, someone hacks your Instagram, then what happens? Yes. So when I come to seek for a job opportunity and you go to my Instagram, that is not Viola. That is someone else, the faceless people you've said. So when you just look at my Instagram, you're like, these pictures don't look like a child of God's pictures. These pictures look controversial. Then what happens?
You are right. Yeah. And you know, when you talk about real likes and fake love. A girl posted on Instagram a picture fully dressed, 1 or 2 likes. In an hour, 2 hours. She was so frustrated because she was deriving her validation from likes. She went and stripped, put on a swimsuit or whatever bikini, took the same person to same day, put on Instagram. Within a few minutes, 1 million likes. Same body, different dressing. You know, you can see. So I think that is critically important for us to be aware. And when you talk about love, it's a verb. And you were the person who retweeted LGBTQ movement, yeah, I can begin to see how that would actually, you know, be a negative impact. If you would you want to add something?
When I look at technology and feminism, there's something people always underrate. And this might, I don't know how it will be perceived, because it reinforces the women are meant to be in the kitchen. But look at it this way, just hear me out. How our grandmas used to cook and perform tasks in the house was very tedious. Like, I don't think my grandma's back is okay because you have to carry water, you have to clean. It can't be okay. But with technology, we got vacuum cleaners. I'm not saying it's
but it's a good thing. Yeah, but it's a good thing.
We got cake mixers, automatic mixers, we got ovens, we got washing machines. So in as much as we might vilify technology overall, and it's, you know, when you talk of feminism, most of us look at technology from the social media aspect.
Yes.
We forget this other side of, okay, things like just modern technology that have actually made our work easier at home. As a woman, I can now wake up, I can clean my house before I go to church, I can do it in 10 minutes and I'm out. So things like that always go underrated, but it's a very good thing. And then secondly, it has also opened up women to so many opportunities in terms of education, in terms of employment, and sort of broken the barriers that existed before. Like right now, I can make a job application. There are so many remote jobs. And by the way, there is a site called remote.io, I think. So many remote jobs, and when you apply, you don't even need to put your gender if you're male or female, because now we have 26 genders and stuff. You don't even need to put your gender. So that barrier of someone employing you because you're a man or a woman has been broken in that aspect, which is very good. And also education. You can study online. So what's stopping you from going to school? You know, I've seen my friend's mom recently graduated. She's 48. And she was like, her classes were mostly online. And it is, you know, she got the chance to go back to school because her problem was going back and sitting with people like me in class. But now she could go back to school because she doesn't have to sit with people like me. So it has also brought a good side of feminism. And we do not have, like I said, we do not have to fight like our foremothers fought. Rosa Parks, they had to go to the streets with Kina Luther and campaign. We don't have to do all that.
Wangari Maathai had to strip.
Oh yes.
And how can we forget
had to be cut
before we got Karura Forest and bleed.
Now we just have to sign petitions online. Once we have those petitions online, we can also even how is it called, when there are new legislation coming in, we can just write our memorandum and submit. We do not have to be there physically for us to be heard, for our agenda to be given. And a lot of, there are some pages on Twitter, I think it's called She Can. You meet business partners. I want to start a hair business. You want to start a hair care business. Okay, let's pull our funds together, let's do this. So it's it has opened us to business partners we could never think of having.
And Ify, I don't know why you were apologizing at first, because being a woman does not mean you break your back and you literally twist your spine. Me, my all-time favorite is a washing machine. I don't have to bend and wash clothes, I just throw in. And they are gotten from there dry. You know, I don't have to struggle. So I think that is really critically important. And ladies, our time is up. I want you to take 10 seconds each, say a word. What would you like to say? in terms of the impact of digital technology on women empowerment. What would you like to tell the women watching us, the men, and in fact, anybody else, children watching us today? Viola, I begin with you.
Okay, the effect of digitalization of women is complex, but we should realize as much as something is good, it has its negative effects. Let us always be moderate, and let us remember that modesty is better than just being out there and throwing yourself for an AI you don't know about. Because you can, if Effie wrongs me, I can go and report her to someone, but who can I report what's
The
up to?
faceless person, as Judy says.
Yes. So I would like to say that it has impacted on us as women, and if you have any problem, remember the Me Too movements are still there. There's work, and let us also, apart from meeting online, let us also make time for us to meet physically. Where we can also switch off all the gadgets and keep them away, for us to just be as women, the way we are here. We could have had this meeting online. Zoom, but
it's a value too.
Yes.
Feeling each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to add again, we've said before, run your race and live your life.
Fantastic.
And these faceless people, whoever they are, they really don't matter as much as you think. But also make good use of technology. Improve yourself. Make your life easier. But don't spend so much time wondering what people think about. Those people have enough of their own problems to be thinking about yours. So choose, as they say, choose your heart.
Oh, great. Thank you, Effie.
Wow. For me, it's with the advancement of technology, there's nothing to stop you in terms of accessing education, in terms of accessing work opportunities. You can even work for a company abroad and you're Kenyan, you live in Kenya. So let's embrace technology. It has been vilified a lot because of its negative effects. Let's embrace it, but let us not forget the basics. If you're a mother, for example, let us not forget the basics of just letting social media parent for us. Let us not...
Sharenting,
yes. Let us not forget the basics. Let's combine technology and the basics that we have been taught. And I think it's a powerful force. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. And from my end, I would like to tell our viewer that we all have agency. We have the ability, the capacity to make choices, and every choice has consequences. So even with AI, whatever digital technology, everything, be in control, be on the driver's seat, be in control of your life. Don't let technology run your life. Thank you so much for watching us today. See you soon.
Asante sana.